Alright, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, give honor to the elders. Shalom to my AHPARYAM who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this bound captivity. This is Brother Kawako coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson actually comes from a couple of videos that I saw. Lately, YouTube has been suggesting these strange videos where people seem to be doing some random acts of violence, and then those random acts of violence are accompanied with, random acts of kindness, right? And maybe not all of them is random acts of violence, but whatever, you get the point. Okay, so there's some stuff that happens, and what follows is, some sort of comfort, right? And it's the best way to put it. And you know what? What is hilarious? I saved the video in that phone instead of saving it on this phone. So slocky about that. I'll just say them from the top of my head. So there's the first video. This little girl. Alright, this 8-year-old girl, 8 years old girl, freaking short as shit and whatnot, she freaking fought off some guy that was trying to rob a store. Alright, which I think that's absolutely dumb. That's insane. And I don't know how that freaking dude let that little girl, stop it. Alright. But I assume she probably didn't even hit puberty yet, and this man is letting a little kid, well, I would assume that maybe he didn't want to hurt her and whatnot. She was just being very annoying. But regardless, the reason why I'm bringing this out, all right, and I don't think she was a Jake, but because I had done a lesson on another video where this one Moabite or Ammonite looking guy, all right, he basically got jumped by a bunch of teenage Jakes, which honestly, like, it's not that I feel sorry for the guy. It's more so the fact that Jake is willing to do all this stupid stuff. I think it's just ridiculous. But basically, I did a video where this Moabite or Ammonite looking dude got jumped by a bunch of Jake teenagers, all right, and then a woman saved him. All right, so once again, I'm thinking like that's very odd. But the thing is, the reason why I bring these two situations up, let me get this. Bear with me. Call in 441. Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right, so now let's also get this. First Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So basically, the understanding here is that the woman is addressed as the weaker vessel. But yet, okay, you see in these two instances that I brought up, where it is either a woman or a little girl that is the one that's standing up against someone that's trying to do trying to do wicked. All right, so I thought that was a very good thing to point out, because we are in our situation weak. We're weak at the moment, but very soon, we're going to be the ones that's going to be strong. We're going to be the ones that are going to be the hunters. Okay, let me get that. As a matter of fact, in Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish for them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. All right. So over here, there's fishers. The fishers are the fishers of men. All right. The fishers, as in pushing the word out. All right. Pushing the word out into the prophesying onto the wind. Let me get that as a matter of fact. Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 9, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. Okay, so as fishers of men, we are over here preaching this word. We're putting the word out there, especially through the internet. All right, through the internet, we push the word out there. We believe all that information, and when Jake gets that, or when not necessarily Jacob, because I don't want to put those two together. But when the lost sheep get it, when the what's it called, the last remaining elect receive the word, all right, then that's when they're gonna come into this truth. Okay, so yeah, we're fishing for the remaining lost sheep for them to come to this truth. All right, that's as the fisher's event, and then on top of that, the second aspect of it is the hunters. So very soon, the weak, because the thing is, Israel, we don't have armies, we don't have arms and stuff like that. Okay, there are some Jake, that do have arms, but that's not our weapons. Okay, so when it comes to the weapons of our warfare, we're not supposed to be relying on the carnal weapon. All right? That's Esau's blessing. All right? Let me get that. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah to the pulling down of strongholds. So our weapon is not carnal. Our weapon is, let me get that, Ephesians chapter 6 verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh. All right, so the sword of the Spirit, okay, the sword, our weapon of warfare is this word. All right, let me get that as well. Hold on, bear with me. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12, for the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. All right, so the word is our sword, as well as the word is sharper. It cuts. You know how people get confounded, that they actually physically cringe when they hear this word. Okay, when you bring out the scriptures and show the people that the thing that they've been believing in is wrong, then they get confounded. If they're honest, they get confounded. Or if they're under if they still stick to that delusion that they're under, the Christianity or whatever denomination of Christianity that they follow. I'm able to catch this in time, but basically, all right, should be good now. As I was saying, so basically, how people in general, when they get confounded, all right, the word cuts them very deeply. All right, so as a result of that, this is our weapon. All right, and as of right now, we are fishing. We're fishers. Okay, but soon, maybe it's not going to be the exact same brothers, but there's going to come a time when the Lord is going to change the fishers, or the Lord's going to get hunters from among the elect. All right, the elect to hunt our enemies. All right, our enemies. When I say our, I mean not only Israel's enemies, but YAHAWASHI's enemies as well. Okay, which that's basically synonymous. And I really want to get that. Let me actually get that. Let me get that as a matter of fact. Psalm 139, verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee, and am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. All right. So that's the identifier in showing that, you know, the same way that people would hate us. All right. People hate us just because we associate ourselves with the Lord. You know, we're because of who we are or whatever. Okay, whatever the reason may be. All right. The Lord hates those people, but at the same time, all right, we hate those. We should be hating the people that hate our Lord. All right. So in that sense, you know, our enemies are synonymous with YAHAWASHI's enemies. Same way the Lord hates the people that did us wrong. Okay, we have to hate the people that do YAHAWAH as well and speak against them. All right. How can you call yourself a child of YAHAWASHI or a friend when you're gonna let people talk trash or talk down on your said friend? You wouldn't let someone, you know, disrespect a friend. You wouldn't let someone disrespect your family member or whatever. Okay, you would defend them. You would tell them and to back off. Okay, that's how you show that you care about someone. All right, being willing to defend them. You don't just say, oh well, like it's just jokes and whatnot. Which also, that's another aspect to it. Slaki, by the way, I got vastly off topic. But basically, that's another thing. Christians are okay with disrespecting the Lord. Okay. But anyway, going back to the initial topic. Okay. So as we had established, let the weak say that I am strong. Okay. So we see with these two examples I had mentioned before, you have this little girl and this woman who's literally going against the odds and basically fighting against, you know, these stronger people. All right, stronger people in general. Okay, where under normal circumstances they should have absolutely no chance of survival. Okay, in a real fight to the death, one-on-one or one-on however many, you know, it's not even one-on-one. Okay, they still had no chance or no business winning, but yet the Lord made it so that the aggressors, the attackers, back down or lost in whatever way, shape, or form. Okay, which that's the miracle, and that also goes back into the power of Israel. The power of Israel being YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI is what allows us to win. Is what allows us to, you know, be as amazing as we are. All right. Which I did a lesson before, not too long ago, on this one dude that was basically like Tony Stark. He was making his own weapons and stuff like that. He made his an exoskeleton that gave him superhuman strength. All right. I think it buffed him by 3 times. I think around 3 times, or I think a better term would be, well, whatever. Basically, it made him a lot stronger. All right. And you know that this is the thing and he did it by himself. So it goes to show, you know, that when the Lord, and the thing is, the Lord is the one that gave him the intellect. The Lord is the one that gave him the wisdom and knowledge, on how to do it, to do all that. All right. It's not, oh yeah, he just smart by himself. No. The Lord, you know, gave him the knowledge on socket. The Lord gave him the knowledge on, you know, what to do, how to do all that stuff. Okay. So as a result of that, yeah, this is once again, you know, the Lord at work. Okay, and very soon the Lord, and socket. That's another thing. just in general, all right? But let me get that as a matter of fact. Bear with me. But yeah, basically, if I can't find Yahawadah, I'll put it on the screen. But basically, we're going to be in astonishment to the point where it's like, wait, hold on. The lowest of the low, these so-called, these black people are the ones that, made it out of captivity in Babylon? Like, that's impossible. How is that impossible? Esau was the strongest. Esau was the greatest. All right? No one could mess with Esau. All right? You have to get freaking multiple countries just to try to stand up against Esau. Okay? Because that's the thing. The Lord set Esau up to be, one of the strongest countries, or one of the superpowers, one of the strongest countries, where to the point where no one wants to mess with Esau. All right? The Lord set up that way so that when the time comes, okay, for us Israelites, for the elect to be delivered, all right, it's only going to be that much more impressive, okay? Because if the Lord said, oh, yeah, it's just those so-called Asians, all right, it's just the Indians, just the Africans, of course the Lord, of course they could get out of that. But no, it's specifically the Edomites, because it's specifically the Edomites in order to further show the power of Yahawadah, right? Now I wish I could find it. Slakia, I can't, I'm drawing a blank on the word Yahawadah. I can find it when I get back. But basically, roughly paraphrasing, okay, when Babylon is brought to desolation, that's when everyone's going to know, all nations, Slakia, all nations will know that Yahawadah is that terrible power, just as he did in Egypt, all right? Exodus chapter 13, verse 16, and it shall be for a token upon thine hand and frontlets between thine eyes, for by strength of the hand of Yahweh brought us forth out of Egypt. Okay, so right then, okay, all the nations knew and heard of the magnificent feat of Yahawadah delivering the Israelites out of Egypt. So the same thing's going to happen, but this time it's going to be in modern day Egypt, Babylon. Okay, so in Babylon, we are in captivity. So very soon, the Lord's going to deliver us out of Babylon. Okay, and in that same way, all the nations are going to hear about it, and then they're going to say, "Wow, Yahawadah, he brought the Israelites out of Egypt." All right, Egypt or modern Babylon, whatever you want to call it. That just goes to show, because we couldn't deal with Babylon. Babylon was so strong; they had all the freaking things the firepower and stuff like that, manpower and whatnot. They were set to be the strongest, but yet the Lord took care of them. All right. Bear with me one moment so I can. I tried looking for it again, but basically, yeah. So that's one of the things where the weakest people. All right, let me actually get another precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. All right, so that's another thing. Okay, this world is upside down. Okay, the servants are, as it says in let me get this. So in Genesis chapter 25, verse 23, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right. So the servants, okay, are the Edomites. Okay, the servants are exalted on horses, and the princes, okay, which is the Israelites, are walking as servants. All right. So that's how the world is upside down right now, and as a result of that, once again, as we are put in this lowest state, as we are at the moment, or in this current time period, weaker. All right, we're not weaker, but as a people, as a nation, we are weaker. We are destroyed. Okay, so as we are weaker right now, okay, it is going to be the miracle of the Lord YAHAWASHI to turn the tides and make things right side up. All right, and once again, that goes into, let me get this. I guess that's my train of thought. Basically, how the weaklings, quote unquote weaklings of society, of all society, not even just Babylon, but across the whole world, all right, they're going to be changed to be at the top, all right? Let me get that, as a matter of fact, in Micah, I believe. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow onto it. All right, so right there, when we are established at the top, okay, we are finally established at the top and made as the princes that the Lord had established or set us up to be, okay, all the nations are going to not only be astonished by the miracle of, I didn't know these black people, all right, were so great and so mighty, all right. They're going to see, the true potential strength. The true potential of faith, the true power, which is YAHAWAH, all right. Now, again, like it's a very spiritual thing for us, for you to see, to be able to see, a little kid, a little girl, specifically, not a kid, but a little girl, all right, fighting, having the courage to fight against a freaking grown-ass man, as well as a woman, a young woman, or just a woman in general, okay, going to fight against a group of men, or young men, whatever you want to call it. All right, you're clearly outnumbered. All right, but yet she still had, and also the woman that stopped the group of Jakes was, I believe, an Israelite, but most likely an Israelite. All right, because she seemed to be Northern Kingdom. Anyway, the point was, the fact that we see that through the Spirit, that's what the Lord is basically speaking and saying. It's starting to come to the time where the weak is starting to become strong through YAHAWASHI. Okay, the Lord put the Spirit on them, just as He's going to put the Spirit on us to finally fight against our enemies. All right, and we wait on YAHAWASHI to give us that spiritual power, which once again it goes back into spiritual power. All right. It goes back into spiritual power because once again, like we will never be able to take on someone. What's it called? Like if you look at all these movies and stuff like that, there's holograms and lasers and shit like that. I don't even think most people own lasers. Like it's very hard to get, but yet you see that all the what's it called? All the stuff that we see, it's gonna come to a reality, all right? And we're gonna be able to deal with all that stuff, okay? The Lord's gonna give us the strength, the courage, the power, all right, to be able to overcome, all right? So with that, let me also get, actually, this reminds me of the next video I remember dealing with. I kind of want to get it. Bear with me one moment. Slakia. Basically, what happened in the next video was this Jake couple, all right, they went to KFC and this man proposed to his woman. Okay. After he proposed to his woman, he I guess he shared it or whatever on social media, and then you got this Eve that basically saw the post and shamed him for proposing at KFC. As a result of that, for some odd reason, okay, a bunch of different companies basically what's it called? They went and tried to got in contact with the couple and said, "Oh, we want to do a bunch of nice things for you. Here's a paid trip, vacation to this place. Here's some free stuff. Here's some free ring. Here's a free ring. Here's some this diamond rings. All this stuff." Like they're basically showering them with a bunch of stuff because that one demonic Eve, okay, lonely, bitter ass Eve, decided to say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna shame this man." Like what are you doing? All right, especially when that woman, she was good enough, I guess, okay, to even accept it. When he proposed, she accepted that she didn't have any issue. And that's what called YAHAWAH that brother, not brother, I won't say brother, but that Jake had a good woman that didn't care about all that superficial stuff. Okay, which that's one thing that you Eves, primarily Eves, honestly. Okay, which I'm not saying it's only Eve, but it's primarily Eve that always needs to have stuff like publicized or extravagant. All right, things don't always need to be like in your face or extravagant. Okay, there was even another thing where I saw this one video. From a movie. I don't know what movie it was from. It was just a clip on Instagram. But I saw this one movie where this Jake was working for this Edomite dude, and basically he was saying like, "Hey, yo, you've been treating me like shit. You've been treating me like shit. I've been doing all this stuff. I'm your best worker, and you've been treating me like shit. You don't help me out or anything like that. You know what? have a nice day, have a nice life. You know, I quit, and in a calm manner. Like, he didn't do any like bitching. He didn't like curse him out or anything like that. He just said like, hey, you know what? I have all these grievances with you. I hate that you're treating me like this. I'm done. I'm over it. Okay. I'm gonna leave. Have fun with the rest of your company. Enjoy your life. We're done. And then, you know, a lot of people saying, you know what, that's pretty good, pretty mature, all that, blah, 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 blah. And then what I saw in the thing, and Eve commented and said, oh, I don't like this because it's not in your face, it's not extravagant, it's not does it pop out to me, blah, blah. And then also another thing, that had a lot of likes, which is crazy. Basically, the thing is, Eve is so attracted to things being extra, all right? And that's another thing. Eve also doesn't want a boring life, when a boring life is a safe life, all right? You want to be safe. That's why, you know, it is best to, you know, stay low key and not draw unnecessary attention to yourself, all right? Let me get that. Alright, bear with me one moment, I'm trying to find it. Titus chapter 2, verse 3, I'll start verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. All right, and the key word that we're looking here is discreet. All right, we're not supposed to be sucking. Women should not be drawing attention to themselves. Okay, you also get the irony of women complaining that, oh, men catcall me, men always look at me up and down, blah blah blah. And they complain about the attention, but yet they want the attention, but yet men are pigs for giving them the attention that they want. All right, that's another thing. But what women are supposed to be doing, thus saith the Lord, all right, thus saith the scriptures, is being discreet, doing the best that you can, but regardless of if you're a pretty woman or not, you're doing the best that you can to minimize the likelihood for people to want to look at you, all right? Meaning not wearing stuff that, you know, shows off your cleavage, all right? Showing all your goodies and stuff like that, okay? That's when even the most, not necessarily, that's even not to be necessarily the most tempered men, or the most most self-control or anything like that, because most people will even look and say, what the hell, will even see with the corner of their eye and say, like, what the hell is that? All right. So you're honestly inviting those gazes. All right. More likely than not, when you intentionally try to you know, what's it called, draw attention to yourself. So that's why it's very important to be discreet. All right. So, what was the video? So yeah, basically, with the KFC proposal thing, that's another thing, all right? That's another thing I want to get into, with how, let me get this precept first. Proverbs 3 verse 5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. Okay, so don't think that, oh, stuff is going bad, Lord, why did you forsake me or whatnot? Okay, the thing is, maybe it's a setup. Okay, look at the example with the KFC proposal video. Okay, what happened in there was the Jake was humiliated by this Eve. All right, but good things came out from it. All right, and that's the gift of the Lord. That's the blessing of the Lord. And the same thing comes with us. Okay, just us being in this captivity as an example. All right, we're going through hardships. All right, we're going through hardships, and eventually, after all is said and done, we're going to be rewarded for enduring. We're going to be rewarded for having faith and trusting that the Lord is going to take care of us. All right. So as a result of that, yes, that's where we persevere and keep on going. It was hard and stuff like that. Yeah, like I got embarrassed, I got hurt, all this stuff like that. But at the end of the day, look at what came out of it. Okay, you came out of it positive. Okay, and that's the same thing. Like all this is through the Spirit. Okay, if the Lord is blessing someone that's not in His truth, blessing someone just some random jakes, okay, how much more those that He loves, okay? First Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahawah, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahawah? All right. So right here and right there, all right, we see that there's such a big difference. Okay, the same way that people, if someone gets a carnal person gets a mansion, right? How much more? Let me get that more. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. All right? So right here, we establish that the rewards that we seek, all right? Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. But where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Okay, so right here, okay, the treasures on earth, it's temporal, okay, but the treasures in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be eternal. On top of that, it's going to be even better, all right, as we read in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17, okay, the reward is going to, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, works for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Look, listen to the words, exceeding, all right? It's going to exceed anything that we have ever gone through on this walk, all right? Any bad thing that we've gone through, translate that to something good, and then multiply that by several times over, okay? Exceeding past the limit, and the blessings will just be, it's just way more. It's just the equivalent, it's just not even equivalent. That's basically the thing. It's going to be a lot more worth it for us to push through and wait for the Lord to bless us. To the Spirit, the kingdom, rather than seeking the blessing of all the stuff that Esau could give you. right? Anything that Esau could give you, Yahawadah will give you even more, even better things, okay? You said, let's say you want a 10-room mansion, all right? The Lord will give you the Lord will give you a whole planet, all right? And you know what? Call on Yahawadah that, you know, I was about to say a 20-room mansion, but even that was wrong, okay? I had to double it. I had to double it again. Double it, triple it, quadruple it, multiply it by whatever amount, okay? Because it doesn't just stop at some arbitrary multiplication game, all right? It goes even further than that, all right? So yeah, Esau might give you, oh yeah, you can have a planet, but then the Lord's just gonna bless you. I mean, Esau might give you a mansion, all right, but the Lord can give you a freaking planet, a whole planet to yourself, where literally you can have anything you want. You can make things out like what, a chocolate fountain, all right? It could be like shit, that shit that's in your dreams and you can only imagine could be real, all right? Emerald, like even an emerald house, emerald statue, sapphire, all these precious stones, all right? You can only imagine how amazing, how great, how beautiful that the blessings of the Lord it wants to give you, okay? Keyword, wants to give you, but you need to want it too. You have to be willing to put in the work, all right? And, you know, again, like, that just goes to show, you know, like, we have to, let me get this. First Peter chapter 3, verse 14. But, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. All right? Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right? So again, we need to be willing to suffer for righteousness' sake, suffer for the word of Yahawadah. All right? Don't fear anything that Esau can do. All right? Esau can, Esau might be able to destroy your body, but he can't destroy your soul. Okay? Yahawadah, anything Esau can do, Yahawadah can do a million times worse, more than a million times worse. All right? On top of that, he can destroy your soul. All right? Exodus chapter 34, verse 6. And the Lord passed by before him and proclaimed, the Lord YAHAWAH, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth. All right? Long-suffering is the key word, okay? Where the Lord is able to go wait a long period of time to delay the judgment, to give people a chance to repent. But if they don't repent, all right, then that's when the Lord has to do what he has to do. Judge the people. All right? So as a result of that, we have to be long-suffering as well. Okay? So in our time here, we have to wait, be patient, and trust and believe. And we have to trust and believe that all this suffering that we're going through, it is all for something. Okay? We are going to benefit from it. All right? And let me also get this. Romans chapter 2, verse 4. Or despisest thou the riches of his goodness and forbearance and long suffering, not knowing that the goodness of Yahweh leadeth thee to repentance. The reason why the Lord is long suffering is because he wants to actually give, as I said before, he wants to give us time to repent. All right. With this long period of time, it's like you're not gonna have any excuse. And the reason why, second, when the time comes for you to answer for all the stuff that you did all the wickedness and chose it, all right, there's going to be no excuse of, oh, I didn't know. No, the Lord gave you plenty of time to repent and to find out, okay? But that's also the thing. We live in the age of information. Information is at your fingertips on a freaking phone, all right, and all this stuff. But people are dumb. Collectively, the whole of people today now are dumb, dumber than before. Ironically, okay, because the thing is, people have grown to have an over-reliance on technology. Okay, rather than studying and understanding all the stuff, they just Google stuff. They have all the stuff at the tip of their fingers and whatnot, rather than actually accumulating and making that information a part of their own. Okay. So as a result of that, yeah, that's where we're at right now. All right. On top of that, even the kids, the school kids in school, they are incapable of what's the word? Of like reading or it's not more better yet. They read. They have comprehension levels below their actual grade. They said like what 10%, 20% of students are actually on their grade level. But most of them are way higher when they're like 15, 16, whatever, reading like they're freaking 8 years old. Which even then, 8-year-olds are actually able to read, but apparently not as much. And I blame that. I blame iPads, the whole iPad kid generation. While the iPad kids are able to shut up, okay, and they're occupied, they're not causing trouble. Sure, that's an okay thing, but you're really gonna sacrifice the education of your child, the development of your child, just to keep them quiet for a couple of minutes or a prolonged period of time? But yeah, that's another thing. They just don't want people don't want to be parents anymore. They're too, which also goes back to what I previously talked about before, where this Eve, but it's not just Eve. It's just not with Eve. It's everywhere. People are worried about stuff being extravagant and extra and stupid and whatnot. All right, being oh my God, you'll never guess about the crazy thing that just happened to me. All right, and whatnot. Don't worry about being TikTok famous, or not TikTok famous, but going viral, rather than actually doing something meaningful or seeking a peaceful and stable life. All right, which honestly, that's really what you want. You really want to be able to be stable, have a consistent income, not have to worry about. Honestly, well, for us, the elect, we're not necessarily going to have to do that, all right? Because when we're in the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to be working no more, all right? But the main point is, with the matter of in general, on this side, you just want get some money. You have enough money to keep yourself afloat, all right? Get through all these struggles, hardships, buying money for food, buying money for a roof over your head and whatnot, okay? Not needing to, go in debt and all this stuff like that, okay? Pay for any extra crap that might fuck up your finances, all right? You just need to be able to, just get through, basically. That's the primary goal, all right? For the good Jake, or not necessarily good, but the sensible Jake, all right? For the sensible Jake, they just want to be able to, have enough money to stay afloat. So, as a result of that, there's going to come a time where, we're going to be suffering, okay? And as a result of that, we have to have patience, okay? We have patience that, we're going through it, but at the end of the day, it's all gonna it's all going to be worth it, okay? I'm going to get my crown. First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible crown. An incorruptible, slacking. So our goal is to obtain that incorruptible crown. Okay? As we read in Matthew 6, 19 to 21, okay, when the treasures are on earth, okay, it's gonna what's the word? It's gonna decay over time, but for the treasures in spirit, okay, the spiritual treasures that we can't see yet, all right, that's gonna be forever. That's gonna be everlasting, and exceeding an eternal weight of glory, all right. And that's what we're striving for, all right. Strive for the mastery, and every man that strives for the mastery is temperate in all things. Reading in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. Okay, we have to be able to master ourselves, and what that means in mastering ourselves, you know, having control over your emotions, having control over your body, being able to fast, you know, and resisting your carnal urges to do what's right, do what we need to do following the word of Yahawadah. Because yes, you might want, oh yeah, I definitely miss speaking for myself. I partially miss bacon, but you know, it's been so long since I've had bacon that, you know, I don't miss it. I really don't miss it, honestly, because at the end of the day, I can just eat alternative turkey bacon, chicken bacon, whatever. All right, I don't need it. But at the same time, you know, it goes to show that, you know, there was that desire for it, and it's for anything, okay? Women, whatever. I can't think of anything, but yeah, basically, women, whatever, where you might want something, but you have to fight that urge, go against it, okay? That's why fasting is one of the best ways to master yourself, because when you fast, which I need to start doing more often as well, speaking to myself, when you're fasting, you know, you are abstaining from the thing that the body needs the most, okay, which is food. So if you're able to reject your desire for something that you genuinely need, how much more is that going to translate to other things, okay, where you're able to resist your lusts, your desires for whatever, things that are not good for you, okay? So yeah, that's a very good practice, all right? Also, Matthew 26, verse 42, he went away again. Matthew 26, verse 42, he went away again the second time and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done." Okay, so Yahawashi, which was the perfect example, the best example for us to follow, all right, he didn't want to be crucified. He didn't want to die that painful and excruciating death. And he prayed and asked his father, Yahawah, all right, if it be through your will, can you please let me escape or not have to go through this tribulation? Okay, he asked for that, but he said, if it be through your will, okay, not through his own will. Yahawashi was able to deny himself. chapter 16, verse 24, then said Yahawashi unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. All right, so that's another thing, okay? Being able to deny yourself, deny your own desires, deny your lust, deny your oh, I want this, I really want this, but it goes against, or it's getting in the way of me serving Yahawadah. So as a result of that, that's where we have to be able to deny ourselves. And what's the word? Just in general, say, okay, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do this, but I'm not going to do it because it's going to impede my progress of serving Yahawadah. So as a result of that, that's where the thing comes where we're able to just stop and, you know what? I'm going to do what I need to do. Okay, for Yahawadah, because Yahawadah takes precedent above what I want. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. All right, let me also get this. As well as 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. So now, we understand that, you know, what did I just read? Oh yeah, Ecclesiastes. Okay, so our whole duty is to serve Yahawadah. But in addition to that, we also have the things that we can have, you know, hobbies and whatnot. Like, it's not a sin to play video games. It's not a sin to you know, to eat junk food. Okay, but it's not the best thing. And the thing is, if playing video games is what's going to, oh, let me get that. Matthew 5, verse 29, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Okay, so if something is holding you down, if something is getting in the way of your salvation, you have to be the one and say, you know what, you know, video games, for example, as an example, video games is getting in the way of me doing this work. Video games is doing this, so you know what, let me get rid of my PS5, my whatever, okay? Because my number one priority, my duty, the whole purpose that I'm here is to fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, as well as serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi. All right, that's what we were made to do. That's what we were supposed to be doing. Okay, as a result of that, you know, we can't be letting anything get in the way. All right. So because of that, you know, we can't be letting anything get in our way. And the thing is, are you able to deny yourself on that level? Okay? I use video games because, you know, that almost, not really, it doesn't really get in the way, my way. I'm out here. I still play video games. Call on the Yahawadah, as a matter of fact, you know, I still have that priority of Yahawadah at the top of my list of things to do. Okay, trying to, you know, that's another reason why you know, I try to upload every day, have a video upload every day, so I can constantly remain in the spirit. All right, constantly remain in the spirit. Also, Acts chapter 17, verse 11, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. All right, so right there as well, we also have this understanding that we also have to understand that searching the scriptures, okay, not just searching the scriptures as well as making this word, this truth, this gospel a part of the daily part of our lives. It's going to keep us in the spirit. All right, let me also get this. There was one good precept where it says, roughly paraphrasing, basically there's a precept, I forgot where it's at, that says, for if it is impossible, if you constantly put the word into practice, something like that. Is it possible if you... Is it possible for you to fall away if you are always, putting the word into practice? All right. We also get this Revelation. Verse 3, Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those which are written therein, for the time is at hand. And that's another thing. You also just get blessed. It's like a complementary system of you properly serving the Lord and getting blessed as a result of it. As in addition to you, preparing yourself for Jacob's trouble, the time of trouble, all right, for the destruction, because you need to be able to have all the information basically a part of yourself. Okay, you need to become a Bible. As this new term that I'm going to coin called Bible man. You need to become a Bible man. All right, to the point where you weren't even during Jacob's trouble, when people say, "Oh, all the Bibles are gone, they're burned, they're destroyed, blah blah blah," and you won't even need a Bible because all the scriptures are going to be in you. You're going to be able to just know, okay, well, I have the practical application to everything. Okay, which is not to say you have to memorize the Bible word for word, front to back. No, but it's just the actual application of the information. All right, which is why the scriptures are referred to as wisdom. All right, the word of YAHAWAH is wisdom. So when you're applying that wisdom, you're going to Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, that was way harder than it should have been. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. All right, so the wisdom and knowledge is going to be what's going to protect us in our time of trouble. Okay, and it's important to understand and be aware as well as being alert. Okay, on when and what information to apply. Okay, because there's going to come a time when maybe you won't have access to the Bible. Maybe you will. I don't know. All right. But I do know is that if you're not studying Amos chapter 8 verse 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. All right. So if you're not studying, okay, even if you have a Bible, the Bible is not going to do anything for you because you won't have the understanding or the knowledge on how to break it down. Okay, speaking to myself first and foremost because I just recently, a few days ago, started to study more breakdowns. Okay, what I would do, I would watch videos every day. I would read, but the thing is, I wouldn't go in and actually take notes to have the comprehensive understanding on some of these things. And now, now I'm actually doing it, okay? The Spirit of YAHAWAH, the water YAHAWAH, called life like YAHAWAH, the Holy Spirit on me to actually, let me go in and start studying more, okay? Because there were some things that I didn't know, all right? I'm over here doing lessons, trying to do lessons all the time, but even then, there are just things that I just did not know yet, all right? So as a result of that, I'm over here trying to make this information my own and go even deeper into the secrets, all right? Which we all have to do, okay? Time for you to take the next step. You know what? You're so familiar with Genesis. Now it's time to go to Exodus, whatever, okay? You're so familiar with the Old Testament. Now it's time to get to the New Testament. Or more likely, you're more familiar with the New Testament. Now it's time to get into the Old Testament. All right. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, BAKAKAGASH, Shalom to my Akim, Walking, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the foul captivity, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.